Welcome back, crypto dads and blockchain buffs, to Dad's Gone Crypto, where dad jokes meet decentralized insights. Today's episode is packed with the latest trends, updates, and opportunities that are setting the crypto market ablaze.
That's right, Ryan. We've got World Mobile, heroic hurricane internet rescues, to Supra mainnet finally going live, to Minutes Network selling out like hotcakes, and Prasaga finally in January, they're producing their debut. And oh boy, we're diving into why December and January could quite be the most epic Altseason. So strap in, dads, is going to be one hell of a ride.
Absolutely. And look at what just happened yesterday. Mark it in your calendars, December 5th, 2024. That is a day that's going to go down in history. That's when Bitcoin finally hit the big six figures, $100,000 for one Bitcoin. Can you believe it, Sean?
Right, it's like watching your kid graduate from being a little Bitcoin tiny bob that's bought pizzas to a mammoth 100,000 rand. I'm speaking South African Ranger, $100,000. But you know, basically, as Bitcoin surges past $100,000, it symbolizes a new era for cryptocurrency. Doesn't that just scream fucking epic?
Yeah, it sure does. Shit. The market cap of Bitcoin reached over $2 trillion yesterday.
Did you just say, oh, shit?
I did. Because it's fucking crazy. That's all there is to it. $2 trillion, man. I mean, it's huge. That's bigger than most countries' GDPs. Bitcoin, I mean, come on, man.
Don't talk about my country like that, Ryan.
Hey, I put you in with most countries.
Okay. All right.
No, man. I mean, it didn't just break a psychological barrier. I mean, it just absolutely smashed it. But it did, you know, obviously we came back down a little bit. We had a flash crash. I don't even know if a lot of people probably even missed that. But if you look at the candle, it's crazy. It goes from, 90, whatever we were at, like 95, goes all the way up to 104, and then crashes all the way back down. On some exchanges, it went all the way back down to like 88. So it's just an absolute crazy day of up and down. But yeah, it's hovering right back around that six-figure mark again. So awesome times.
Right. I don't know. It's like we're supposed to be gearing up with a gum guard in the mouth because of what's about to happen. But we've been slugging along for so long. It's like, oh, we need the energy. And the markets, this is like pure euphoria. People are starting to bubble. I'm starting to hear some random strays in this. Hey, do you hear about XRP? I'm like, shut your face. Don't name such coins. We don't talk about SRP. But yeah, on a serious note, it's this $100,000 solidifies crypto as a serious contender alongside traditional assets. Let's just put that out there, right? A $2 trillion market cap. There's, as Michael Saylor put it on a Fox podcast, or Fox News Network, there's $900 trillion in assets in different asset classes. There's only $2 trillion, right, in Bitcoin. So what happens when any one of those asset classes, let's say there's 10 asset classes, and the one's doing better than all of them combined? Where do you think the money's going to flow? All right. So when you think, oh, Bitcoin, 100,000, that's a lot of money. Hell no. Michael Saylor's estimated it at $13 million by 2042, if memory serves correct. So, hey, it's freaking awesome.
Absolutely, man. Everybody's talking about Bitcoin, and it's hitting that 100,000. That is the moment that says that we've arrived. But you know what that means?
Yes, I definitely know what that means. Finally, all those hodlers take a bow. Those ones with diamond hands, that'd be like, oh, we're hodling. It's like, yeah, flip. How many coins did we hodled and went to shit? But we just chose the wrong ones. But if you picked the right one, all right, you'll be smiling today, because if you hodled correctly and if you still continue to hodl, all right, things are going to just get a bit crazy. So buckle up, dads. The next chapter is just getting started. So Ryan, let's kick things off with World Mobile Token, WMTx. Did you see the latest teaser? There's a documentary coming out connecting the Unconnected. The disconnected sounds like my dad joke collection for Thanksgiving. Long overdue and full of impact.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's premiering December 10th at 21:30 UTC. And it's going to dive deep into the mission of connecting underserved communities. They're already reaching over 600,000 users globally, including 400,000 in Pakistan alone, who did not have decent connectivity before. I mean, that's absolutely crazy number.
And it doesn't stop there. They're basically eyeballing the stratosphere, literally, with plans to airborne the connectivity. Plus, they're officially the first layer 3 on base. It's like taking blockchain highway to the stars.
Yeah, right. And let's not forget WMTx's multi-chain integration with Singularity Net and their migration to new contracts on Cardano, Base, and Ethereum. This isn't just a token, it's the Swiss Army knife of crypto, ready for anything at this point.
Market confidence, have you noticed over the last couple of weeks/months, it's at all-time high. So even in guys like Crypto Crow has started to finally talk about World Mobile. Welcome, Crypto Crow, to the family. We've been waiting for you. So the token prices are finally rising. You can see it step up, slightly down, step up. That's how I think whales buy in. They don't just buy at one go and create the price and everyone just kind of dumps it. They're systematic, and you see this hovering. Binance does it. Whenever you see Binance start to move, it's almost like this ladder up effect. And World Mobile, watch it. It's starting to do that, which means the big boys are getting in, which is great. And I think after this video that comes out on how they helped the hurricane victims connect the unconnected when the US government couldn't, and Charles Hopkins is in there, and Starlink is in there. And guys like Mario Nafal are airing it live. 1.8 million followers on X, and you'll see him everywhere because he does all the latest news and he tries to be, basically objective to stories, just bringing you the content. And obviously, so there's going to be a live watching of this and how World Mobile, Charles Hopkins, a Black Hawk, Starlink all got together when the US government was stopping people from connecting, people that were basically dying and they couldn't get help and aid, and how they basically lit up that entire area so that people can rally in saying, listen, I'm hurt, or I need supplies, or I've got no food, or whatever, or I need help. And that story is going to basically take World Mobile to the next level, because all the social platforms as well as the media will take this information and run with it. So what do you think is going to happen with the exposure that it's going to drive? So that's why I think people are front running that news and why this ladder effect is happening at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It's crazy when you think about it. So the government and FEMA couldn't help all these people, just way too many people. And then you get private companies like this coming in and just taking over and basically fixing shit for people that were just, not able to connect with anyone. It's a really cool story. Yeah, I can't wait to watch it. I think.
And if you guys aren't aware, World Mobile started with Cardano and obviously partnered with Charles Hopkins, and he said, listen, we don't have connectivity where I live. Can you come set up structures that side? Which they did. And then obviously, Charles, he is a billionaire and he has a Black Hawk. So through this whole chaos, someone had the bright idea, and I don't know who, but I'm going to find out in the video, of like, hey, Charles, can I just borrow your chopper, please? And he's like, sweet, let's go for a bit of a joyride. And literally, they grabbed the units, they set it up, and it's like, okay, but Starlink and World Mobile, how do they? So think about Starlink as obviously the dish that points to the sky. You get different sizes, and it draws like certain amount of bandwidth. And think about World Mobile is the mesh network that connects everything. So basically, it's the Starlink is the backhaul to how they get to all these different places. So we're going to find out more detail about that. But shit, I get little goosebumps on my body because we've been in this project for many years, and to finally see real world use, real world asset adoption, and just case scenarios, it's just fucking exciting.
Yeah, it really is.
So kudos to the World Mobile team, and we're looking forward to that next chapter, which is just beginning. And more on that, we have a little teaser We have Mickey Watkins on the show next week. We were supposed to have him last week, but he was a little bit ill. So that's fine. So we are going to have him on the show and catch up. It's been 2 years since we had him first on our show. So exciting times ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. And a ton has changed in the last 2 years,
Yeah.
including the fact that his, brother split off. I mean, obviously a completely mutual split, but he split off and started Minutes Network, which is just working in absolute synergy with World Mobile now. And that's what we're going to talk about next.
Yeah, 100%.
Minutes Network nodes. I mean, just absolutely crazy. Their nodes and tokens in their pre-sale are now completely sold out. They're basically getting their contract audit done, and then we are off to the races with Minutes Network. So I am super excited about that one.
Yeah, Ryan, and how the story begins is that they've been building this communications company to connect the unconnected, those people who don't have access to decent connection. And a decent connection means I get a digital identity, I get protection of data, I can connect with my family, I can sell potentially my produce to people. If you don't have the internet, you don't have the opportunities that we take for granted that we have, right? And just that the fact that I can go onto my phone, pick up masterclass and learn from the greatest people around the world. Think about people that don't have that, and how much further from the divide are they staying because they don't have connectivity. And Mickey and his brother and the whole team said, well, we got to do something about this. And well, in this technology phase, they said, okay, because they've been in this telecommunication space since about 12 years of age. And obviously, it's very complex. We see, phone someone, it connects, cool. But, what about that interconnecting partner? So I'm in South Africa, Ryan's in America. Like, if I phone him directly, who connects? There's not enough pylons across the sea to connect us. So, like, how does it get connected? That's called, a termination carrier. So there's multiple partners that terminate, and the providers, the telecom providers, basically pay these carriers to connect. The carriers have to have good quality call, and they've got to connect instantaneously, and they've got to be affordable to connect. Otherwise, we as the end users and the person phoning get billed a hell of a lot. So there's the genius plan of Minutes Network. It says, well, let's build a decentralized blockchain, all right? Let's get nodes up in the cloud. Let's build a high definition call termination product that no one's done yet, which is proprietary software. And let's offer it back to these mobile telecommunications company so they can make more money. Like, but why do we want these guys that are making billions of dollars to make more money? Well, first of all, if they're making more money, they're going to adopt your product, right? And that's good for the investors and for people in the Minutes token because now they're using the product. So there's a user case, right? So provided the high definition is good quality, and that's where the air nodes and the validators and the switches come into play because they make all this magic happen. And they're onboarding 20 million users, all right, in this last quarter. So it's all about monetizing those guys, but flippin' exciting, all right? And these are the boys that are basically changing the way telecommunication is being done. They've taken the model, they've flipped it upside down and said, we're tired of your legacy systems. Let's do something different. Let's change the game. And this is what these guys are doing. And myself and Ryan, you see, we got our cups in the background over here, World Mobile and Minutes, and we're along for the ride. And this is what crypto's about. Yes, go flip some meme coins if you want. Well done, noob. Make your money or lose your money. But when you start to find real world assets and real things, you can't help but be a part of it. You want to be a part of it. You're in it. You're getting excited for them. They're sold out. You want to high five virtually. It's so flippin' exciting, and this is what we live for, is that companies that are changing the game, all right, and bringing us as normal people and involved in this telecommunication space. And that's only crypto. You can't do this anywhere else. You can't phone up your local provider and say, let me buy into it. It doesn't work like that. My little rant and rave there, Ryan. Sorry.
No, man, that was great because it's the truth. That you just think about it. It's the absolute truth. You can't go out and buy into T-Mobile or any of these giant Verizon, but you can with World Mobile. World Mobile is right at the beginning stages of that, right? Yeah. Minutes Network is right at the beginning stages of these things, and again, not financial advice, but for me, getting in early on these things has just been, I can't even express enough how grateful I am for the opportunity to get in on these things early.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to be absolute game changers in the industry here.
100%. And just one little final thought, is like while Mickey and Josh and the team were building, because they're still all a big unit. Like then we had an announcement from Mickey saying, "Oh, Josh is leaving the team. He's venturing into something else," and I'm like, hold on a sec here. Who in their right mind will leave World Mobile when they obviously building something massive, 3 billion users. That's what they want to connect, in the space of 10 to 15 years. I'm like, why would you? And obviously he had specialities in a certain area. And look now, all the nodes were sold. There were literally there was, I think, how many million tokens were there available on public sale, Ryan?
There were, total of 62.5 million tokens, but 50 million of those went to the nodes. So 50 million of those tokens are staked to the nodes. So with the remaining, 12.5 million tokens there.
And they literally sold 12.5 million tokens in a space of time ahead of schedule. So which means when they go live, all right, that means there is only 12.5 million tokens that's going to be available. So yeah,
not even available. I mean, truly, it's already bought out. I mean, that was sold out. So now whatever they go to market with, there's going to be a very small circulating supply when this actually hits the market, just because so many of those are tied up in staking nodes.
Correct. So very, very bullish on Minutes Network, and yes, we're just very excited that we actually get to see behind the scenes and how they're doing it and what has been happening. And I must say, World Mobile and Minutes, they run a very, very tight ship and very professional in how they deliver a message, how they conduct themselves. It's not like we understand a lot of crypto projects. We've been around for a while. And it's chaotic. It's crazy. It's like, oh, they said this, they do that, and then, okay, I'm happy. And then next minute they change the token price. And you're like, what the is happening? But they systematically have been running it like a real world business, which it should be. And it just gives you that confidence. Every step of the way, you kind of get this train building steam. And it's like starting to steam and rev up. And yeah, it's flipping exciting.
Absolutely.
All right, guys, so that's World Mobile and that's Minutes. What about Supra?
Yeah.
Finally. I feel like in crypto years I've aged. I feel like an old grandpa. Oh, grandpa. That's how bad it is. It's like Supra, we've been hanging around for literally years, crypto years. So it's like dog years. It's like for every 1 year in crypto is like maybe 6 years in real life or 4 years in real life. So we've been around for a long time for Supra, but it has launched. Holy shit. Josh and the team.
It's so worth the wait too. It's so awesome. I mean, getting in there and using the wallet and making transactions back and forth. I've never seen anything this fast. It's crazy. I was sitting here with my friends and we're sitting there, just trading tokens back and forth just for fun, because it's literally you hit the button and they have it in their wallet. He hits the button and you got it over there. It's awesome.
I was testing with some friends as well, and I'm like, okay, check this out. Your wallet's open? Yes. Okay, cool. I'm sending you one Supra. Okay, cool. And I actually do a little countdown. 3, 2, 1. And as I say 1, I click the button and he's like, oh, he says, what the F? I'm like, that fast. It's like, it's faster than that you can tap on a credit card on those automated systems, like real world. It's faster. It's like, it almost feels too good to be true. Like, either we're the only ones using the network, right? Or we're onto something fucking great, because I've never had this experience using any chain. Any flipping chain. So I don't know. So
I mean, it's crazy. And I mean, look at I know they're brand new. There's a lot of people building on it.
Yeah.
But so it's not like there's an absolute ton of transactions yet, but it's way faster than anything I've ever seen. No matter how many transactions are going on there right now. But if you look, I mean, shoot, they had over $100 million in trading volume last night.
Wow.
Over the last 24 hours. So that right there is giant. As far as for a brand new token coming out. So I think I I think these guys have hit the nail on the head, and they're moving,
Yeah.
moving in the right direction very, very quickly.
24 hours, they've just over doubled in price, and they're starting to stabilize there. Obviously, we record a little bit early, so we'll know what happens on Friday. But it's to watch them grow. Obviously, in getting into a project and learning about it, you have these like internal reservations. Could it be vaporware? Could it be just like all these smokes and mirrors? Like every project has to be like that. But then when they start producing the goods and when you start interacting, you're like, hold on. even like how is this working this fast? Like then you start to realize, okay, they haven't even launched the containers. They haven't even launched a stablecoin. They haven't even done anything just yet. And already we're impressed. So it's still early days, but guys, do yourself a favor. They've got this awesome project whereby they've allocated $100 million. So if you want to innovate on their platform, so you're going to build on their platform, they go through this incubation process. So pitch your idea, go through the incubation process, and there's this almost like Shark Tank. I can't remember exactly, Killer Sharks or Killer something, where it's kind of like the Shark Tank where they vet your project, and if they like it, you'll have people pitching for it. So that'll create exposure, that'll create hype, and of course usability. They want people to use the platform, transact, and get the volume up. So I think the branding and awareness of Supra is only just beginning, and very excited to get people to see people use and build on the platform.
Absolutely.
I think, guys, also just a quick understanding of where you can buy. Obviously, Supra, they've got around, I think it's KuCoin, it's Gate.io, it's Bybit, and
Mexi.
Yeah,
Mexi, KuCoin, Gate.io, Bybit. I think that's the main exchanges right now, although I've heard rumors that there are some more on the way very soon. And also there are a couple of DEXs that have launched on Supra Network as well. So yeah, you can check those out. So
do your homework, guys. Check into Supra. It will be the hottest thing on the block. If they just do 1/10 of what they said they were going to do, it's definitely going to get horns in the market, especially during this bull run.
Yeah, I'd say.
And Ryan, the much-awaited Prasaga, what's happening there? We've also been waiting for many ages.
Yeah, absolutely. The Prasaga, we've been friends with the Prasaga guys here for a while now, right? They've come on the show. We've had a lot of good meetings, and we've been working together. They're in the dad sacks.
Yeah.
So we've been waiting patiently and watching them build. And I'll tell you what, they have built something really incredible. Their blockchain, it's basically a whole new take on blockchains.
Yeah.
And it's super easy to program on. They're basically using a version of Python, so everybody can program on it. And we have really big news with them, which if you've been following them, I'm sure you've heard the news. But if you're not following them yet, in January, they're launching, and they set their launch day for January 20th. And we all know what happens on January 20th. So very, very, very fantastic launch day that they've picked there, I think.
Are we going to do a show on the 20th, a live show on the 20th, Ryan?
We should, although I'm sure it'll get banned for how happy we are about what's going on.
Yeah, Google does not love the T, because if we say one more letter, they ban the show. You'll see we got some good ratings on all our shows, and those two that we've mentioned the T word, they're just
right.
Can't wait for them to get audited.
Exactly. So Prasaga's been making a ton of partnerships, and their latest one they just announced yesterday was they partnered up with XP Network for cross-chain NFT bridging, and that's absolutely huge. That's going to create a giant, seamless digital collectible ecosystem across all platforms. Very, very cool stuff that they're doing over there.
And they've got some great marketing happening in January as they ramp up to that launch. And it's going to be exciting news. We had a privy to it. We can't exactly say what it is, but it is very exciting. And yeah, sure. We'll get Jacob and Michael on the show just to kind of give us a teaser to what's happening in January. So yes, in the next week we will have them on the show just to give us a quick update on what is happening, and then we'll have a full in-depth show in January just to refresh you what it is, what's happening, why is it it important? What problem is it solving? And of course, the ramp up to the launch. So very excited about that. And also don't forget, guys, we've got a whole bunch of Prasaga in our dad's sack. And obviously we're going to ride it with it when it grows nice and high, and we're going to give it away to our community. Yes, sure, you're going to like and subscribe, and you're going to share the content, but we're building a community, and the Dad Sacks is there, all right, to the supporters of the channel that naturally just like and subscribe and share and comment in the chats. We're like, those are the guys that thank you, we appreciate you. Boom. Here's a competition, enter your name, you can win some sacks, right? So that's why we developed this. It's the Mr. Beast effect. It's basically creating an ecosystem where we get sponsored some of these tokens and we give to our community as a thank you and a gesture of goodwill, and also to come into our chats and just hang with us, as Dad's growing and building an empire in crypto.
Absolutely.
All right, guys, and most importantly, what's happening in December and January? Is it the start of the madness of the Altseason, or is it a quiet period where, things are just kind of chugging along before that January craziness? We don't know, but is the bull cycle a bit early, which some people say? Is it going to be on schedule for December? I don't know. What do you think, Ryan?
It's fun, man. Alt season is coming. Alt season's here. I don't know if you've been paying attention, but yeah, alts have been rotating with some pretty big numbers. So if you're playing the alt game, you should be feeling pretty good about yourself right now. It's been absolutely crazy. I think it started right around Black Friday with all the Black Friday shopping. It's absolutely chaotic, but super exciting, full of opportunities, and I don't know. My opinion, it's time to snag some deals and ride them through the bull wave here, if you ask me.
Yeah, and if you're scared, just don't forget Bitcoin is still your best bet. But if you want to punt a little bit, just obviously follow some of your favorite crypto guys and only punt a little bit what you can afford to lose and see. Just have a bit of fun during the Christmas and January time, but don't go sell the house or don't go leverage the house. Please. There's many people, horror stories, and then the market crashes and the bear market kicks in sooner than later. And they're like, oh, you told me to buy. Like, no, go do your own homework. Play a little bit to have a bit of fun, get to understand, get burnt, learn from it, and develop. We've all been hurt many times in this space, but as you get punched in the nose, you wipe the blood off and you get back in the ring and you keep going. And you keep going. So that's pretty much crypto. And then you learn to start to dodge the punches because it hurts so much.
Yeah, right. I mean, the biggest thing you got to learn, you got to keep the FOMO in check. When you see huge green candles on something, it might not be the best time to buy that. Yeah. You want to buy it before those huge green candles.
Don't buy it. Exactly. Because
the idea of what you guys want to do, get out there and just start looking at some of your favorite projects, and the ones that haven't gone absolutely crazy yet, those are the ones that you might want to take a little punt on. Again, not financial advice, but look for those opportunities rather than jumping on the wave of the ones that are already super high.
100%. All right, guys. So that kind of wraps up our show for what's hot in the market. We've got an interesting December. We've got Mickey Watkins. We've got Prasaga. We've got a few guys on the show that will, really spark some interest. Perfect timing for World Mobile as well. And we're looking forward to the early January as well. And also we got some games in the pipeline where we might just do a live feed where you can compete against us. Can't tell you too much about that now, but just giving you a bit of a teaser. And stay tuned. Please share this and like this with your friends. But before we go, Ryan, we haven't done a dad's joke in a little while.
Oh, all right. Yeah. Let's see what we can come up with.
Ryan, are you going to go first?
Sure. I have this aching question. Why is it when you donate a kidney, everybody loves you? They think you're the greatest guy in the world. But if you donate 5, they call the police.
Very dark. Right, so these guys that you have over to your house, do they blink twice? Do they or do they not know that they're missing kidneys? It's like, oh, ice balls are cool, right? I'm so glad I'm in South Africa.
Oh, we have a team. That, no, I said too much. No.
Oh, we should try to Dexter's. What's Dad's gone?
That's right. You got to be able to fund the altcoin and the meme coin mania with something, right?
Yeah. Just big toss. Okay. Mine isn't as good as yours. But Ryan, why did the Scarecrow win an award?
Why?
Because it was his best in its field. Terrible. ChatGPT, you got to step up your game, buddy. This shit is making me look bad. You know, we've been besties for a while now with these scripts and stuff, but come on now. It's just, we got to work on your dad game. Come on.
That's good.
Anyways, all right, guys, and that concludes the show from our side. And wishing you a fantastic weekend. And stay tuned for next week. And also, by the way, Ryan's been busy with these little edits and stuff like that. So inside our podcast, sometimes we do like a long interview and does get a bit long. So we do like that Joe Rogan short snippets of 6 minutes where we take out the best bite-sized chunks. So please go give some love and like. So just know there's a podcast that comes out. There'll be a couple of short snippets. That just gives you the meat of the story. And if you kind of like that interview, then when you have time, go watch the whole one. But please give it some like. And please don't forget to comment. We're trying to get up to our 50,000 mark, which is, I think, Ryan, we might hit it by Christmas. I've got a feeling we will. And then, of course, the 100,000. Come out. Come on, play button. I want my play button. Daddy, want a play button? Just $1 million and a play button. Is that too much to ask for, Ryan?
No, it's not too much. It sounds like a great Christmas present.
And both kidneys intact.
I can't guarantee that.
Yeah, 2 out of 3 is fine. I'll take it. Take care, guys.
See you guys.
Ciao.
The material and information presented in this recording are for entertainment purposes only. Do not misconstrue what you hear as investment or trading advice. Always do your own research. The views, thoughts, and opinions expressed by the guests on this recording are their own and do not necessarily reflect those of Dad's Gone Crypto or its hosts.